Man, Georgia. I knew. Listen, I didn't want to pay attention to this mess here. I don't know the full story yet, but I said, let me look at this, because I heard this trial here was a hot mess. I heard, well, the word around town is this woman got on stage, on the stand, and showed her tail. Okay? She showed her tail. Now, that's not good. It's not cute. We talking about people in office now. In case y'all haven't heard, there's a whole little scandal going on. Listen, I can't even. Let's get into it. This woman here, what's going on? What's going on?
All right, you're back on the record. Deputy Scott, you can sign our next witness.
You trying to pause on for somebody?
District Attorney Fani, F-A-N-I, last name is Willis. Ms. Willis, how did you know to come to the courtroom? So people I was in my office, right? And I heard someone yell, his testimony is done. It only made sense to me that I would be the next witness. And I've been very anxious to have this conversation with you.
Oh.
So I ran to the court.
Oh.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness. It only makes sense. Did you listen to any of the testimony?
Oh. Wait a second. So nobody went and got her. Because, they can't be in a courtroom at the same time while the other person is testifying. So nobody came and got her. She said she ran to the courtroom because they own. Child, this woman here. Hey. It's about to be, it's about to get your popcorn. Get your popcorn.
You lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument. All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony. But I listened to the argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued. Since it did, here I am. Great. So let's just talk about what you did in preparation for today. Did you meet with Mr. Wade at all? Once the motion was filed, did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion that I filed to disqualify you? On this first January motion? Yes. I don't know what you could say. Talk about
okay.
That's
it. I'm locked in. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me go get something to drink because I'm locked in. I'm locked in. See, now I got to follow the whole thing because now I want to know what's going on. Fani. Oh, gosh. Fani. Okay. So, according to the internet, Fani is a district attorney of Fulton County. And Fulton County does contain most of Atlanta. And I know a lot of you guys know that all of Georgia is in Atlanta. Okay? There's a lot of cities and counties in Georgia, and Georgia is a big state, but there's a lot of cities and counties in Atlanta as well. I haven't seen another state quite like it. Well, I can't say that my home state is nowhere near like this. So, Georgia definitely will let you know immediately it's about that money, the way that they're set up. Okay, without going too far into that, I definitely will have to keep looking while we're listening to Fani because the only thing that's showing up is the recent drama. And boy, is it drama. Okay? So it looks like she had an affair with somebody on her team or somebody in office. Okay? It might be at least close to her team. And then there's something about Trump. Okay? There's something about Trump. But it is just article after article after article, and they're all surrounding yesterday. Let's let Fani go. Fani, what you got going on?
Also, the things that you said were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much. Okay, but my question was, did you have a conversation with him? I didn't have a substantive conversation. You did not? I I read this motion, skimmed it more so, and I probably said some choice things to him about some of the lies that were told, and then put it in the media because, you know, it used to be in a date and time where you had 60 Minutes and people did stories and they verified information, and you had this great reporting. But it seems today that a lawyer writes a lie and then it's printed for all of the world to see.
Well, I just want to make sure that you answered the question I asked there. So my question was...
I'm going to object. It's been asked and answered 3 times.
I told you that. I read the motion. I am sure I told you what my opinion of it is. And past that, we had no substantive conversation.
You did not.
Is there something you didn't understand?
No, I just want to make sure that you did not have a meeting with him in the conference room to discuss the motion.
No. So in the conference room of my office within this week, we produced some financial documents. That financial document was given to me, something that I'm not even sure was given to by me, or Mr. Abadi gave it to me. And I think he showed me a document in our conference room. But as far as a substantive conversation, I don't believe I've had any conversation with him that is substantive related to this. I have had conversations with him since he filed the motion, but they wouldn't be substantive to this. He sent me very nice sermons that have been done.
Yeah.
And so
is it just me? Y'all pardon me because I got a drink and a snack. But is it just me or is she giving too much information? It sounds like she's trying to make sure they can come back to her and say, well, you did. And then if they do, then well, hold on, she's a DA though. I don't know. Maybe it's about her used to being in control because you can tell that. But, I mean, if you said no, leave it at no. Unless the answer is yes. When you understand. If you said no, leave it at no. Unless the answer is yes. If you're doing all that extra talk, then the answer is yes. I don't know, sis.
Had conversations about, did you listen to that sermon? You know, things of that nature. And I would say they were in relationship to this because I think he did it to be kind.
Let's start back in 2019. So you and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at a conference?
That is correct. I think in one of your motions you tried to implicate I slept with him at that conference, which I find to be extremely offensive. I stayed at that conference. Mr. Wade was my teacher. I did not meet him.
Hold on, y'all. Mr. Wade. Let me read this article really quickly. Okay. And this is coming from the Houston Chronicles. That what I clicked on, man. Give y'all what's going on with the board over there. Let's talk about that. Okay. So they're showing this chocolate brother. But he looked mad. Sitting on the stand. And his name is Terrence Bradley. Okay. And this is Nathan Wade's former business partner. He's testifying during the hearing on the Georgia election interference case. That's what this is about. Ooh, Friday. Okay, the 16th in Atlanta. And the hearing is to determine whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be removed from the case because of a relationship with Wade, who is a special prosecutor, and she hired him in the election interference case. You know, one thing people have said and I found to be true, we all know is true. When a man and a woman work closely together, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Rare cases where it don't. But I bet you they had to separate. I bet you they was fighting it. I bet you it just happens. It just happens. That's what opposite sexes are. They attract. So, I mean, anybody say, I could work closely with... Okay, yeah, but that's a lie. Okay, so a man expected to be a key witness for lawyers trying to get Fani Willis disqualified from the Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump instead refused to answer most of their questions on Friday, citing attorney-client privilege during the second day of a hearing that sometimes border on theater. Oh, I'm in, baby. I'm in. Okay? I don't know about y'all, but I'm in. All right, so during repeated interrogations by a series of attorneys for Trump and other defendants in the election case, Terrence Bradley declined to discuss a romantic relationship between Willis and Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor she hired for the case. Now, the lawyers contend that the relationship started before Willis the district attorney for Georgia's Fulton County hired Wade, and that she benefited from his earnings, creating a conflict of interest that should disqualify Willis, her whole office, in fact, from the case. Willis, you hired your man. I mean, and that's okay, but if you're gonna work with a man, it might as well be your man. That's where I stand on that. Okay, because if you're gonna work closely with a man, he gonna want it. I'm not talking about you, but he gonna want it. Okay, I remember, starting out truck driving, they make you go over the road. I got out of that real quick. I've had to put some charges on some folks. Okay, and I ain't talking about nothing small either. But I never could be in the truck with a guy. Now, come on, y'all. That's in a truck, tight quarters. But it never fails. I don't do that. Working closely with the opposite sex, and he gotta be super ugly. He gotta be super ugly. And that didn't even work, because I got the ugliest driver I could get. And the dude fell in love. Cops had to come get his ass, and we way across the country in the snow, and he's showing out because I'm on the phone with somebody who ain't him. And no, I don't care what you say. No, absolutely. I started out with a rule, and I ended with a rule. I'm not messing with none of my co-workers or co-drivers or none of that. So, yeah, I firmly believe if it ain't one, it's going to be the other. And usually it's going to be a guy. Just because they just... Anywho, back to this. Y'all can argue that in the comment section if you'd like. But, let's just tell the truth and just move on. Okay, so either who, Robin Yerdy, this is Willis's former friend and co-worker, testified Thursday that she saw the two hugging and kissing before Wade was hired in November of 2021. So, meanwhile, now listen, I don't know if they shouldn't have showed people, because, honey, if it was against the rules, then you just shouldn't have did it. I mean, if you really want your career, then don't do something as blatantly. We know, in my opinion, you can't get in office unless you down with the clique. So you gonna be crooked. My opinion. However, y'all got to come up with another plan, because if you gonna hire your man and that's against the rules, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. You got haters all around you in that type of position. And you might have some voters willing to look you up and check on you and make sure, because we don't, or whatever. Somebody gonna find out, somebody gonna tell her, you can't hide that you in a relationship with somebody. You could barely hide that y'all just tapping. So this is dumb. It's dumb to do. It's saying that you don't matter if it falls, and you don't matter if that's, put out there that you, as a whole adult, knew it was against the rules, and you decided to do it anyway, like you had to. Okay? Your man couldn't get another job nowhere else, right? That's what you're saying. And even still, honey, I don't know what to tell you. Start your own business, because this is my career. What in the world? Okay? Meanwhile, attorneys for the state who are trying to discredit the misconduct allegations against Willis called two key witnesses on their own Friday. And Willis's father, who said he don't know about his daughter's relationship until recently, and former Governor Roy Barnes, who testified that he testified that Willis asked him to serve as a special prosecutor. Testimony the attorneys used to back her claim that Wade was not her first choice for the job. Other testimony in the hearing about cash stashes in homes and romantic dalliances to exotic locales, and that is another problem, because what y'all doing might cross the line. Is this money for business? Is this money for y'all? Is this oh boy, and it's led to a soap opera. How come, I seen this flashing around, and I'm just like, I don't want to get into no politic drama and drama and just but this is interesting. I mean, it's my state, so we gotta keep up with these politicians. But anywho, it led to a soap opera feel to the election case against Trump. And y'all trying to do something to Trump, and look at you. You can't even hold a hearing, a whole case all the way through against him without some mess. Because everybody messy. In my opinion, everybody in politics is messy. Okay? That's and this is why we are seeing this. Because they all got something going on. And I'm just like, some people don't want to accept that, and they don't believe that to be a fact. That's okay. Honey, you got every right to still believe in Santa Claus if you want to. But, when we are picking and choosing who we taking in and for what, I'm just like, you mean Biden? Y'all can't find no reason? Because Trump ain't even here no more. Y'all just doing too much. I mean, I don't know. The more y'all do all this, the more y'all make me want to, I'm going to get my MAGA hat in a second. Okay? I'm going to get me a MAGA hat. I'm going to find one that's going to fit his head. Or I'm going to make one. All right? Keep it up. Keep it up. So, let's see. Trump. One of the most politically consequential prosecutions ever initiated by a district attorney. Now, thousands watched the live stream of the proceedings, even during tedious, lawyerly exchanges about a legal theory. Yeah, when lawyers are interrogating DAs are interrogating the DAs, it's going to be some power play going on there. So, while some prominent local figures, including Atlanta's mayor, dropped in to witness the hearing in person. Mayor, what you doing there? I guess to see for himself who you might need to get rid of. Because, I mean, you can read the transcripts. But I guess it's nothing like seeing it in person. But, I mean, come on. Do you think the mayor's clean? I don't think none of them are clean. In fact, I don't believe you can even get in office unless you play dirty. Okay, and then when you get in there, it's like gangbanging. Okay, decide who crew y'all on. All right. So Trump immediately jumped on the allegations in hopes of discrediting the entire case, and hopefully it worked. Cause how y'all messing with Trump and you got all this going on? Plus, let's not talk about all the other dramas attached to Atlanta and Fulton County that are live and in living color, and they exist. I mean, we can talk about the jail system. We can just talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. So there's a part of a years-long pattern of deflecting attention away from its own conduct by highlighting the personal lives and lapses of judgment. That's what it is? Come on now. We don't even get that kind of credit as citizens. You break the law, you break the law. But y'all gonna call what they doing lapses in judgment. And they in office. Okay. When you were little, you know how people say, don't do what I do what I tell you not to do. The grown-ups. Like, I'm smoking, but don't you ever smoke. Why you smoking then? Because I'm grown. Okay, well, if that's your excuse, you telling me it's wrong, you telling me it's bad. So when I get grown, then no, don't do it when you get grown. I don't understand. You said because you grown. So that means when you get grown, you can do what you want to do and say, hey, because I'm grown. I mean, it kind of sounds the same when you talk about lapse in judgment for a politician. Baby, you know the rules. You're supposed to be disciplined enough for the job. Okay, so they're saying both perceived and real of the official investigations of him. His use of the word lover to refer to Wade echoed his attacks years earlier on the two FBI officials. I'm not reading that part. Hey, she had a lover. They in court for it. So y'all can be petty about Trump saying it, talking about he trying to deflect. Deflect for what? How you taking me to court for anything? And you got all this mess in your house, honey. Like, because Fulton County, baby, this ain't even a portion of the issues that they have. So on the witness stand on Thursday, Willis forcefully pushed back against any suggestions that her relationship with Wade created a conflict of interest and accused the defense attorney of trying to smear her with salacious lies in an effort to discredit the case against Trump. Why they didn't get a church or something? And you could be husband and wife and pastor and first lady and, you know, be just dirty as you want to be. But you're not supposed to be together in office. Okay, it's just too much. In too many ways you could benefit. And she trying to say there's no conflict of interest. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. If I'm hitting that, or he's hitting me, or we're not hitting each other, but y'all know what I'm saying. Okay, if I'm with you, boo-boo, you good. And I'm going to be good too. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm going to make sure mine good. Ain't that right, y'all? So that right there is a conflict of interest. So her team opted to not bring her back on Friday, avoiding the spectacle of more deeply personal testimony from the district attorney. No, baby, she got to come back, because how can we? I didn't know she could just say, hey, you know what? I ain't going to testify. I don't know what's going on. But the relationship between Willis and Wade was first revealed by Ashley Merchant, an attorney for Trump. Good job, girl. You did your job. And she is also a co-defendant. Okay, Michael Rahman, a former campaign staffer and a one-time White House aide. Now, Merchant has alleged that Willis personally profited from the case, paying Wade large sums for his work and then benefiting when Wade used his earnings to pay for the vacations the pair took. I can see that. You give him a little extra off the top. Baby, that shit you did in my office, oh, you earned this bonus right here. And then y'all take the bonus and go over to Dubai. Okay, so Bradley, who is Wade's former business partner, who also served as his divorce attorney for a while, repeatedly refused on Friday to answer any questions about Wade and Willis, citing attorney-client privilege. But he acknowledged communicating with Merchant between September and January that she was investigating the possibility of the relationship. Girl, the possibility, I'm gonna let her talk some more, and then I'm gonna read the rest of this article. We almost to the end of it. But child,
When he taught the class, I was standing outside talking to Lisa Reed, who is a judge. Me and her were just having a conversation. Mr. Wade walks up, and they hug each other. They have some brief conversation. She introduces us.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. We kind of thought that when you ask a question, you get an answer to the question, not a speech. So I object to the speech.
I believe I'm able to explain my answer.
I believe she's able to explain her answer.
That's
okay. Ms. Willis, I'll ask you to listen to the answer, or excuse me, the question. And keep the answers confined to questions that you can. I think you'll have more than enough capable opportunity on the stage.
It's highly offensive when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
Ms. Willis, hope you have the opportunity to...
I think she need to calm down. I mean, I'm not going to say I can understand why she mad, because I don't, girl. But you got to hold all that, and she know it. She want to go into great detail to say they didn't sleep together because somebody said they slept together on the first night. But you can still finesse it. Like, come on with that. I think it's highly inappropriate for some, but that wasn't even relevant. So you and your emotions, I mean, you gonna lose, chick. That's crazy. They asked you, how did y'all first meet? Child, girl, bye.
All that witness is asking more open-ended questions. Ms. Merchant.
Thank you, Judge. So again, my question was, you all met at that conference, right? We did. Okay. As I stated, he taught the class. I did not actually meet him when he taught the class. I walked out of the class, and I'm not sure if it was that exact class or we went to lunch, but we were standing in the vestibule, like outside of the class. Me and Judge Reeves were having a conversation. She had worked at a law firm I worked at back in 1996.
We're getting way far. I mean, I don't mind her explaining her answer, but I literally just asked something at that
She's
conference.
explaining how she met Mr. Wade, which was exactly the question asked by Ms. Merchant. These answers are more than appropriate.
Ms. Merchant, if you want more
Mr. Wade in October.
Oh, we can lead witnesses now? Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm going to object. We haven't gotten to the point where Ms. Willis should be treated hostile in this situation.
Well, I very much want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be
Not so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, if you and that personally, your interests are opposed to instructions.
Thank you. Contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
All right.
Judge,
I'm sorry.
we-
Can we get things moving? Ms. Wright, next question,
Thank you.
please.
Okay, so we've confirmed when you met. After that, isn't it true?
No, I need to explain this, and I think I get to explain my answers. When I met him, Judge Reeves introduced us. He handed me his business card. I'm unsure if I handed him my business card, but we exchanged information. He said, if you ever need any help, give me a call. And he walked to the parking lot.
So after that, you started dating shortly thereafter, correct?
That's a lie. That's one of your lies.
Do you know Robin Yuri?
okay. So,
Were you recently injured in a car accident?
so this makes sense. I'm glad I read that because I would be a little lost. So basically, the whole point is, I'm not sure what the rules are. I'm not going to look all this up, but it appears maybe because he just testified before her. She mad about that boy. I don't know. Y'all think they still together? But basically, it sounds like there people are saying that they was sleeping together on the first night. Who else can say that but him? Honestly. So he had to have said that. I might have to go pull up his... Well, of course. That'll be in the next video, but... She mad. She want to say... according to this article I read, she was saying that they didn't start dating until after she hired him. Is that any better, y'all? Or would I prefer to have it, he was my man? And I knew he was my man when I hired him. I mean, it's all on your record anyway. Then saying I slept with my employee? That's bad. I don't know which one but girl.
I know her as Robin Bryant.
She can't get mad. Listen, this girl can't get mad at these people for doing their job when she was not doing hers. She can't get mad at this her drama, not theirs. They just doing their job. But she in there with a stank attitude because her man done apparently, allegedly, seemingly turned on her. Or did he tell the truth? Girl, yeah, I mean, you sleeping with your co-workers, spending business money on trips, spending taxpayers' money on trips. It's not far-fetched to believe that you was a floozy. Okay, you got that kitty cat up on the first night. I want to see what way it look like now. Okay, is it sexy? Is it chocolate, girl? Is it thick? All right, we gonna find out here in a minute.
So, Robin did not go to my college. She went to the college of, I went to Howard University. She went to Morgan State. I met her through some people I knew. In college, we hung out a bit. Not much because she was in Baltimore and I was in Washington, D.C. But we hung out a bit. After college, I lost contact with her. I probably didn't see Robin again until maybe 7 or 8 years ago, a chance meeting here in Atlanta, but we did not have a consistent relationship from when I left college and came to Emory Law School here in Atlanta. But 8 to 10 years ago, just by happenstance, I ran into her.
So,
She was in Atlanta.
you have been friends with Robin for 30-something years.
You can get my answer.
Yes, and I'm asking if you've been friends with her for 30-something years.
I've known her for 30-something years. We certainly hung out and partied together in college. She was from the D.C. area. She would come home and party together. Wasn't close, but she was certainly in the girlfriends that partied together. And then, like I said, I ran into her about 10 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia. So we didn't talk throughout that time period. I didn't see her. I didn't even know where she was. When I ran into her, I was surprised she was in Atlanta. And so, yes, I have known her probably since 1990, 1991, but we have not maintained a consistent relationship that whole time.
For the last 10 years, or 5, whatever you'd like to classify it as. Have you been friends with her?
I have not spoken to Robin in over a year. I certainly do not consider her a friend now. I think that she, there's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished, and I think that she betrayed our friendship.
So let's narrow it down to a time like that. So my questions are going to be from the time period of 2019 until she no longer was employed for you, the last time you all talked. So all of my next questions are just focused on that time frame, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Up until she left your office.
Yes, ma'am.
During 2019, you all were friends, correct?
Yes, we knew each other in 2019.
During 2020, you all were friends, correct?
Yes, we were friends during that time period.
During 2021, you all were friends, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And such good friends that when you needed a place to stay, you asked her if you could take over her lease.
That's a lie.
You did not move into her apartment or her condo?
That's not the way you characterize it. Is wrong.
I asked if you could take over her lease.
I did not ask if I could take over her lease.
Want to know what the biggest mistake that most people make when
Look
considering
at
solar
Henri.
for their homes, and they don't even know?
She over here being ornery. I didn't ask to take over their lease. Girl, who cares if anybody know you asked the girl to take over her lease? Probably half the people watching this and listening to this, and probably including myself, couldn't afford the type of lease we talking about. Who cares? I hate when people get like this. I mean, yeah, you don't want people in your business, but who cares? It's out there now. Let's rock. Did you sleep with him on the first night? Huh?
I asked if you could take over her lease.
I did not ask if I could take over her lease.
Did you move into her apartment?
I moved into her condo when I was 21. The circumstances around that were that Robin met her husband. They wanted to.
Condo. You hear that? Girl, bye. Shit.
Move into another and separate place. She wanted to get rid of her condo. My father was living with me at the house. Because of this case and because of my stance on gangs, my life was being threatened regularly. My father urged me to leave our home. At the same time, as luck would have it, Robin wanted to give up her lease because she wanted to move in with this new man.
They gangs. They gang. They building a whole gang facility that's gonna change the course of not only Atlanta, not only Georgia, but the whole world. Y'all better look up what's going on with Cop City and Stop Cop City. Trying to tell you. Law enforcement, biggest gang ever.
Who eventually became her husband. And so, as life circumstances work, my dad was begging me to leave the house. He was afraid for me, afraid for his grandchildren. She wanted someone to take over her lease so that she didn't, have to pay a fee or get abandoned. And so, I don't remember when, probably March or April of 21, I moved in and take over her lease.
And did you pay her or did you pay the leasing agent?
I don't even know who the leasing agent was. I paid her.
You paid her. Did you pay her cash or did you use a card?
There were some times that I would give her cash, but mostly I paid her via Cash App. That would be the most convenient thing. So I would not only give her rent, but then like when the utilities would come in, whatever the utility was, she might be like, I need $70, I need $100, whatever it was. And we never had a problem with money. Whatever she told me it was, I never asked to see the bill. I never questioned her. I just gave it to her.
What percentage would you say you pay cash versus cash out?
Oh, the vast majority is cash out. I don't know what percentage. I'm not gonna guess that. The vast majority is cash out. But there would be times she would say, this bill came in at $70, bill $70.
Did you have a monthly rent amount that you paid her?
I can't remember. It was $1,500. I can't remember what it was. And it would vary, which I still don't understand to this day. But like I said, I never questioned her. Whenever she said it was, that's what I paid. I probably moved out in February, either late January or early February.
I don't trust that she'll be honest about anything, which makes me think that when they asking her about sleeping with the dude on the first night, I mean, of course, we're going to have to back up and catch up a little bit. But I don't believe she's telling the truth because it seems like she want to keep a certain look about her. If you wanted, Fani, I don't know what your daddy been telling you, but if you wanted to keep up a certain look in public or appearance or whatever, or you, whatever, want to avoid, whatever, the only way to do that is to not do this shit in the first place. You a public figure. You doing all this hiccup back and forth over taking over somebody's lease in a condo? Like, dude, you took over her lease. Okay, we established that. So why are we arguing a little shit? You had to argue whether or not you took over her. You asked her to take over. Somebody had to suggest it. Somebody had to ask and answer. Whether she said, do you wanna? Okay. I know she didn't come to you like a skate. Do you want to? Like I want. She didn't come to you like that. Even if she did ask you, it's benefiting you. I mean, it probably would benefit her too. She, wanted to rent it out or whatever. I don't know. Fani, this shit don't make no sense, girl. You got a lot of shit going on with you. I can tell. You got a lot of shit going on with you. That is clear. Why? You sitting up here doing all this because if you calm down, okay, and like you got some sense, the deed is done, you in trouble. Don't get mad at people because you in trouble. This the type of person get mad at you because she in trouble. But if she calm her butt down, then maybe we can get somewhere and just do it all that. We don't need all that. You the one wanted to run for office. You knew what you should be doing and not doing, and you chose what you chose. That's it. God, she get on my nerves.
February 2022 is that what you said? February 2022. I believe it is January, but I paid her half the rent February 22 is what I remember. And because I was offering to pay the whole rent, even though I didn't live there, I didn't think it was right. I ended up just paying her half the rent.
So that's after you moved out. You said you made her house. Okay. And the time that you said you had to move out of your house because you were scared, did your dad stay there at your house?
My father was concerned. Yes, we were both concerned.
But he remained there.
My father was 80 years old when he was 79. He was scared to death of COVID. If to go back to when this was, my father's an older man. I wanted him to move out. We had some discussions about moving him out. And what he decided was the risk of COVID was more dangerous than the risk of the people that were threatening. Typical man, more worried about his daughter and his grandchildren and his own safety. But we get to meet him, and he'll understand. He doesn't scare too easily.
So his grandkids were living in the house as well?
Well, I don't know how old your children are, but if you have adult children, they leave and they come back. They leave and they come back. So there have been periods of time that they're there, they come, they do whatever they want to. Children do what children do. As long as their mother has a house, they'll come to it. Unfortunately, now the threats because of this case have gotten so extreme. I just pay a mortgage and no one lives there.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So when you moved out in, I think you said April 2021, you left your dad and your two kids at the house.
Man, that kind of...
They were not.
That does kind of come with the territory, don't it? Which also, and of course, I'm not in office, never been in office, but I would think that it would make sense, knowing that that's the case, to choose your battles wisely. Because again, coming from my perspective, everybody doing dirt. You just want to get away with your dirt. That's like the church and the preacher saying, thou shalt not do this, and God said, and the Bible said. You just want me to put some money in your collection plate so you can go spend it on your mistress, okay? Your side boyfriend and your baby mama, okay? You're not putting back, giving back. You taking from. You know, you're doing all kind of bad stuff. But you want to go out here, you want to show out, and you want to act like you bad and big and bad and tough, and you want to go after, what you say, you got a problem with gangs, your position, what position? Atlanta don't even got gangs like that. They exist, but it's a girl, you can find a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, honestly, most of the people that need to be busted in Atlanta is people in office. I mean, we gonna keep it real. So there's that. But you wouldn't go around here bullying people then, and you fucking with their way of life. Just like if somebody was to try to vote you up out of office, you'll feel the same way, and y'all would do what y'all do. You know what you do, okay? You do what you do. People's lives will be messed up, and they be coming up pushing daisies. Okay, then saying some of the same stuff that's happening to the protesters against Cop City. Okay, Cop City gonna turn America out. That's gonna change everything. A lot of things that y'all been hollering about that's coming, and y'all been saying it for years and years and years. That's what they're doing, and they starting it here. I done already did a video showing y'all where to go look, so you can do that. But anywho, Fani, girl, you something else over here. I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay, so they didn't still live at your house.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted
Didn't we just
ticketing
do
app
one
in
of
history.
these? YouTube, I can't stand
You're
you.
not. Okay, so they didn't still live at your house.
My youngest daughter served
The crazy part is I'm not even going to watch the commercials and let them play. I don't know. It irks my soul when them commercials come on. I don't care what the commercial is. But I just, I fast forward it every time. Okay? I'm not paying them for nothing. They should be paying me.
My oldest daughter would come back and forth. I can't say month for month when she was there or when she was not there. I know that she has been there post moving out. At this time, no one is at my house.
So at some point after you moved out for the safety reasons, at least one of your children did come back to the house. Sure. Yes. Let's see. We were back at 2021. So you were still friends with Miss Erie then. Were you also friends with Mr. Bradley?
I've never been friends with Mr. Bradley.
You've never been friends with Mr. Bradley?
No, I don't consider us to be friends. I don't dislike Mr. Bradley, but I don't consider us to be friends.
Is he someone that you would have on your phone and you would message with?
I might have text messaged him.
Okay. Would you text message him and Mr. Wade on the same conversations?
I don't recall doing that, but if it happened, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, so that wouldn't surprise you, the three of you. Okay. How frequently would you think that the three of you would have texted numbers?
I wouldn't think very often, but you're asking me to recall. I don't even know what time period you're asking me to recall, but I'm not going to speak to that because I just really don't know.
Okay, and I get that, and don't volunteer. Okay, but I mean, how many of y'all think that Fani know the answer to this already, and she lying? She trying to be whatever, but she's a whole DA, so she know they asking her questions to something that they done already investigated, and they know the answer, and the answer gonna come out either way, unless she knows some tricks and tips that they're going to execute to try and keep them from being able to ask her again, because it's going to come out. Why you prolonging it and wasting taxpayers' money? This is how we know you don't be doing your job, okay? You hide your kind. You got a kind with you all day, every day, bitch. In the office, on the flight, on the trip, going on trips, with the taxpayers' money. You can suck a cock under the desk real quick. You can live all kind of fantasies up in that office, girl. Every meeting, every building y'all go in. Slide around the corner real quick. What? You slept with him on the first night then. I know you did. I know you did, little heifer. I know you did, girl.
So I don't want to speculate as to how often that would happen. But it's not out of my practice to text two people on one text message. So if you told me that happened and showed it to me, it wouldn't surprise me, although I have no recollection of it.
But there would be some record of it in your phone, or the phone records would have some record of those texts.
Perhaps.
Talk about, you said that sometimes you pay Miss Erie cash.
I don't understand that last little add-on, but the phone records with... Okay.
When you went on vacation with
Y'all playing.
Let's just go one by one. Let's start with the first one. What's the first time you went on vacation with Mr. Wade?
I think the first time we went on vacation was around April of 22. And a vacation is a stretch, but I'm trying to be comprehensive. I recall April of 22. His birthday is March the 18th. So that would have been his 49th birthday. I took him to Tennessee for the day. I think we went to a museum.
Tennessee? Tennessee? If you got time to go to Tennessee, you got time to go somewhere else. Maybe he went to go to Tennessee. Maybe he from Tennessee? I mean, Tennessee, girl. Tennessee.
He might have stayed the night. I'm not sure. But
you know what y'all did.
Tennessee's kind of hard to call a vacation, but I'm trying to be inclusive. And like I said, I know it wasn't more than a day. Chance the night. I think that we did. That's what I'm telling you. I think that there's a possibility that we stayed that night in April of 22.
You paid for the hotel.
I think I did. It's his birthday.
And would you have used your credit card?
Probably maybe a debit.
I know we're not getting another commercial.
And when did you start dating?
When I started dating Mr. Wade, it was right around then.
April 2022?
22. Yeah, it was around then. I don't know,
You can tell she lying. Look at her. See why she looking like this, girl? You came in here with all this vigor. You came in here with all this attitude. You came in here with all this, I'm in a hurry. So I can tell y'all how wrong you are. And somebody lied on me and said I gave my good getaway on the first night. I done put slap on his night like coming on the guy the first day we met. That's a lot. He gave another girl a hug. I don't even do what I look like. What girl? Look at her. Look at her face. Look at this shit. Look at her. You won, Fanny. You lying. You lying. Golly, we can see it all in you. We can see it all in you. I shouldn't have zoomed in because, girl, you're weak. But let's go. Go ahead.
It's not like when you're in grade school and you send a little letter and it says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and you check it. I don't know the day that we started seeing each other, but it was early 22 is my recollection.
Okay, early 22. And you all went to Florida on vacation as well?
I don't recall going to Florida on vacation.
You never went to
I don't know. I'm about to go look him up in a second. I don't want to look him up right now. I want to wait. I don't want to see what he looked like right now. I want to let Fanny do her thing. Go ahead, Fanny.
We went to get on the cruise ship. We went to Miami.
Okay, that's the only time you went to Florida with him?
I think we went to Miami and spent the night. That's my recollection.
Wait, hold on.
I think we spent one night.
What was this?
We went to grade school and you sent a little letter and it said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and you check it. I don't know the day that we started seeing each other, but it was early 22 is my recollection.
Okay, early 22. And you all went to Florida on vacation as well?
I don't recall going to Florida on vacation.
You never went to Florida?
When we went to get on the cruise ship, we went to Miami.
Okay, that's the only time you went to Florida with him?
I think we went to Miami and spent the night. That's my recollection.
That's what I thought I
spent one
heard.
night so that we wouldn't miss.
That's what I thought I heard. This is just so sad. This is so sad. This is so sad that you sitting up here acting like this and you a DA and then look at her. She don't got that attitude now. You knew you wasn't even ready for this, but you was in your emotions. See, you was so busy in your emotions and you mad because I guess he didn't say what you wanted him to say. He didn't stick to whatever y'all planned. Did he turn on you? I guess that's what's going on. I don't know. But for whatever reason, she come up in there acting all like this. And now look at her. You looking bad out here in these streets, Fanny. You looking bad out here in these streets, girl. You cannot be serious right now. You cannot be serious, bro. This woman is asking you, do you hear what she asking you? Did y'all go to Florida? That's what the lady asked you. I know you not no DA trying to act like you don't understand what Florida is. Talking about, no, we didn't go to Florida, but we went to Miami so that we could, when we caught the cruise, you talking about when we caught the cruise? And the boat was in the water in Florida, wasn't it? Now y'all stayed the night? You stayed the night on land. Because it don't matter, boat or land, it's Florida. You think it don't matter where Christopher Columbus ass was at in his boat? Because he lied about what the hell he was doing. Just like you doing right now. Girl.
Ship. That's my recollection.
I paid for that hotel.
Miami? I don't remember that.
And how'd you get to Miami?
We would have flown. And we've done that, so that I'm clear. We've done that twice. I think one time we stayed, and I honestly can't tell you, did we stay when the ship left, or did we stay when the ship came back? I also can't tell you, so there's two cruises out of Miami. There's one that's in that October time period that was with his mom, and then there was another that was a New Year's Eve trip. I know I paid for the New Year's Eve trip because the tickets were $697 each, and I thought this is ridiculous that the tickets are $700 to go to Miami, but when you travel during New Year's Eve, they get you.
So let's just back up and talk about the first time that you went to
Listen
Florida.
to all that, girl.
That was the time you stayed in Miami at the hotel the first
What
time.
you say? You said that to say what? Huh? You said that to say what? Look at her face, y'all. Look at her face. Girl, you know everybody in that courtroom listening to you right now, looking at you right. I see why the mayor came in there. Because look, the mayor probably came in there for her. I already know. She done told every line of book. He asked her and asked her and asked her. And she said, no, they lying, blah, 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 boot, boot. So every question he asked her, she specifically lied to each specific question. And he came in there so he could sit her. That's who she looking down at down there. And he looking with disappointment because he see that she lied. And she think these little clarifications are helping her. I'm going to tell you why we fly. Let me get... What? What? Nobody cares why. That ain't going to help you. The answer didn't even make no sense, did it? New Year's Eve, they get you. What? So wait, girl, what? You didn't go to Florida, but you was in the boat in Miami? And then y'all stayed overnight in Miami? How much worse is this gonna get? You making a fool out of yourself, child.
That's the time I told you. I am not sure. So I'm not sure of two things. So I want to make sure that my testimony is clear. I'm not sure if we stayed in Miami on the October trip. I'm not sure if we stayed in Miami on the December trip. I just can't remember. And I also don't remember, so that the record is clear. I don't remember if the necessity was as we got on the ship or we got off the ship. But I do remember there was a night spent in Miami because either whatever. I don't remember. But I think that there was a night spent in Miami. That cruise is the one that you took in October, right?
I can't. Kenny, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from you, girl. I got to go walk into the other room. I got to leave. I got to step aside because I just can't. I got to hang my head down in shame now when I go out here in these streets, Fanny. You embarrassing all us out here, okay? You are just an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. This is sad. You should be ashamed.
Something to refresh my recollection. I'm intentionally trying to not be difficult with you.
What?
I don't want to make up something. Right? I know.
I bet you Fanny can role play. I bet you Fanny can role play real good. Look at this, y'all. Oh my goodness, boy, Wade had some fun with you, didn't he? Look. What character is this? This is not the same woman that came in initially. What character we on? Damn, this is good. Boy.
That on one of those two trips, stayed in Miami. I am not sure right now. You're asking me about...
Oh, I'm sorry, you misunderstood. I was not asking you which night you stayed in Miami. I'm asking if you took a cruise in October 2022 with Mr. Wade.
Yes, and his mom.
And his mother. That's what I was asking.
Yes.
Is that the first time you met his mother?
Yes.
It was on that cruise.
And the mama, and you didn't invite me. Fanny, my birthday is in October. I'm just saying, on the cruise... Everybody get to go but me, and I pay damn taxes around this motherfucker.
I don't even
understand.
I honestly don't remember what ship. I know we're taking two cruises. I don't know what the ships were.
But he paid for the flight and the cruise on Royal Caribbean that time.
Fanny trying to help.
So yes, he paid. He is the original one that does it. He has something called Mr. Wade is a world traveler. I'm not as versed as him. He's been to 6 of the 7 continents. And so he has both a personal travel agent and he also has a cruise travel agent. I don't know anything about either of those kind of travel agents. So he is the one that would book the travel. But we need to be clear when we're talking about just because he booked it doesn't mean, like I don't consider him having taken me anyplace. Let me just be honest. The only one that's ever taken somebody someplace is for his 50th birthday. I consider that I took him to Belize. And I took him to Belize because, I don't want to discuss his personal business, but I'm happy Mr. Wade is still here with us. And I did 50 big. Very big.
I mean, listen, girl. That's your business because that's your man. That's his business because that's his business. Don't nobody care what the hell Wade went through that he might have not been here. That we gonna sit up here and be like, well, you dang gone, well, good for you, girl. That was so nice. And yeah, he let him enjoy that. We're gonna mark Belize off. We're gonna let them have Belize because he should have got that trip to Belize because Mr. Wade could not be here. Don't nobody care. And then we gonna tell the truth. Don't nobody care. I don't care. Okay, them people in that courtroom don't care. The taxpayers who money y'all playing with, face y'all playing with, don't care. Whether or not Wade could not be here today, tomorrow, or something like that, we not even gonna pretend and act like it matters. Okay, because ain't nobody going through nothing, no heart attack, no stroke, no none of that, no the cancer diagnosis, no remission or remission, and get no trip to Belize. Okay, it's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse, Fanny. Damn.
On that October Royal Caribbean cruise, you got a travel agent. I'm sorry. Can you do me a favor? I don't know what cruise ship, what time. So if you'll help me and say October cruise with Mama or the New Year's Eve trip with his sisters, I'll be able to communicate. I just don't know what ship.
October cruise with Mama. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
He paid for the cruise and the flights for that trip.
Want to know what the biggest mistake that most people make when considering solar for their homes, and they don't even...
So a lot of people I ain't even check I know they didn't end my chat conversation. I know they didn't end my chat conversation when they didn't come back to help me. I'm trying to get some Adobe help, y'all. Some After Effects. And they just gonna close the chat. This is some bumbleclot bullshit. That must be a lot of people watching this because these commercials are a little ridiculous. This is too many commercials.
Called his cruise agent, and he booked that cruise because he has a cruise agent. Right. He also has a regular agent. I don't know the cruise agent's name.
So I wasn't asking about his travel agent. I was just asking about trying to for those.
He did not, though.
Okay.
Because the reason I consider that he did not is I gave him his money back.
And I was about to ask that, but initially he paid for that.
Yeah, he called his cruise agent. Like, I think they have his card on record. They do whatever.
Okay. So initially he paid for the cruise and the flight to Miami and the Royal Caribbean cruise.
And my understanding of that October cruise is like it was a package the lady did for him.
Okay. And I'll get to the reimbursements and all that. I'm just trying to confirm he paid for the flight and the cruise in October.
And I think that when you say things that way, I want this record to be abundantly clear that he called his travel agent, he called his cruise agent. They do whatever he tells them. He's like on a first name basis with these people. They do it, and then he tells me how much it is, and I give him the money back. I don't, just like you're asking me about the money with Robin, I don't do my friends like that. So if you tell me it's a G, then you're going to get $1,000. Whatever it is.
This bitch said a G. Now, who sits and do all this? I mean, they let her talk because the more she talk, of course, but Fanny, you a whole DA. Why you sitting up there running your mouth like this? Just answer the lady question. None of this stuff is going to help you. None of it is going to help you. All this extra talking and explaining, your answers ain't making no sense, first of all. Secondly, don't nobody care but you. So none of your answers you giving to any of this is going to give you an excuse for what you did. None of it. It's not, there's no justifications. There's no, but this is why. She got all this is why, and she keep going on now. All that objection and interrupting her that was doing, saying she explained it too much in the beginning. They need to be doing that now, but they let her talk for a reason. She's so silly, girl. You got the game fucked up. You didn't come in there prepared. Okay, oh boy, this right here.
It'll make him produce receipts to me. Whatever he told me it was, I gave him the money back.
Isn't it true that he paid for the cruise and the flight on his credit card? I'm not asking about reimbursement or after. He used his credit card to buy the cruise and buy the flight, correct?
I have no idea how he paid for it, if it's a credit card, if it's a debit card, but certainly he called his cruise agent. You know, like how many people have a cruise agent? He calls his cruise agent, tells them where they want to go, they tell him what's booked. You have to remember, he didn't just pay for that initial was me, him, and his mother.
And then after that cruise, you all flew to Aruba and spent a couple days in a hotel there, correct?
Right. And his mother was
and he initially paid for that. He initially paid for that.
For Aruba, yes ma'am.
So let's talk about both of those.
Did she really just do that? His mother was not happy because we left her behind. Let me see if that's gonna help. No, I don't think it's gonna help. So it was just you and him then. I mean, what are we doing right here, Fanny? Can we call down there and have them take that pen off her the next time she testifies? Because I don't want, and we might need to take them fake pearls off too. Because yeah, I don't want to see you sitting up there with that pen on, Fanny. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. She had to say that?
She paid for it. Did you pay him back?
For the cruise and for Aruba. Yeah, I gave him the money before we ever went on that trip.
You gave him cash before you ever went on the trip? Okay. And so when you got cash to pay him back on these trips, did you go to the ATM?
No, baby.
You would not go to the ATM?
No.
Okay. So Fulton County pays you direct deposit, I assume?
Yes, Fulton County and the state of Georgia both pay me direct deposit.
Okay. So the cash that you would pay him, you wouldn't get it out of the bank?
I have money in my house.
You have money in your house. So it was just money that was there.
Which house?
You meet my father.
What's your address? Cause we talking about your daddy now? Cause we talking about you. But I mean, since you got money in the house, can I stop by? Let me hold something.
I'll tell you, as a woman, you should always have, which I don't have, so let's don't tell him that. You should have at least 6 months in cash at your house at all times. Now, I don't know why this old black man
I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I can't do this no more.
So my father's bought me a lot of bottles.
I can't.
Cash in the house. Now, I don't do it to the degree that my father would do it, so he would probably be shame with me, but I always have.
Really?
At the house. That has been.
Cause you don't got enough money in your lockbox, sister. I don't think that's what it would be. Nope. And I think you do. You're just trying to let the gangbangers watch you know. Don't bust in my house, cause you know. And I don't think that might be what might get them. I don't. Somehow, I just don't. I think maybe it's you getting a position at office and scoring it up over some.
All my life. If you're a woman and you want to date with a man, you better have $200 in your pocket. So if that man acts up, you can go where you want to go. So I keep cash in my house, and
You hear
I
this?
don't keep cash as good in my purse like I used to. I don't go on
Fani,
dates, but
hush.
when you go on a date, you should have cash in your pocket.
So my question was, where did that cash originally come from?
Right.
It came out of my
This way I ask you straight up. Okay. I gotta go walk across the room. What the Fanny? The woman said, "Where did your cash come from? What is you doing? You ain't nobody grandma right now. Nobody asked you for all this. We didn't ask for a Dr. Seuss, Mother Goose book of nursery rhymes and life stories and words to live by, and phrases and sayings and good advice. We don't need no good advice for you. You on the hot seat. You in the hot seat, honey. What's she doing? What is she doing? Fanny, what you doing?
It's fungible. I've had cash for years in my house. So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When
This don't make no
I took out a large
sense.
amount
This don't
of money
make.
on my
I got it.
first retainer, I just put the cash back.
I gotta walk
Like,
away.
to tell
I gotta
you
walk away.
I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today as I would normally have, but I'm building back up now. So you just put money in. It's a very good practice. I would advise it to all women.
So you can't identify when you came into this cash or where the cash came from.
I didn't say I couldn't identify it. Nobody gives me anything. I am sure that the source of the money is always the work, sweat, and tears of me. What you asked me before is, when did the money go in there? What I am trying to tell you is, so I got divorced in 2005 from mine. No, it's important. You said, where did the money come from? And I need to tell you where the money came from. And so for many years, I have kept money in my house. That money, in my worst days, has probably only been $500 or $1,000. At my best days, I probably had $15,000 in my house of cash. At all times, there's going to be cash in my house, or wherever I'm laying my head.
The money that you paid Mr. Wade, the cash, in October of 2022, you do not know where that money came from.
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears.
Do you know which job it came from? Did it come from Fulton County or did it come from a private job?
I'm sitting there. I done came back and Fanny was still. She said came from her sweat and tears. Listen, what is she doing, y'all? I didn't know she was gonna be like this. I didn't know she was gonna be like. They said Fanny got on there and showed her ass. They are not lying. Girl, them streets ain't lying on you. They not lying.
What are you talking about? So it could have come from a private job because before I was VA, I was in private practice. So I earned money during that time period. It's probably, you know.
You don't know where it
came from. What do you mean I don't know where it came from? I
understand the situation.
Okay, thanks. Same with Aruba. You don't know where that cash came from either, right?
Ma'am, you are mischaracterizing my testimony greatly. I'm not going to allow you to mischaracterize my testimony. I know that I keep money in my house. The amounts of money I gave you, Mr. Wade, it was never that serious. I don't think I've ever handed him more than $2,500 in a reimbursement. So we're not talking about $20,000 in cash. I don't have $20,000 in cash right now. The most I ever gave him, I know I gave him $2,500 when we went to the Leeds because we went to one hotel and then we went to a second hotel. That $2,500 I actually gave him while we were still in the Leeds. I know that the Aruba trip, the one that you described with his mom, I think I gave him about $2,000 for that trip for like total.
His mom went to Aruba with you?
The Aruba trip, so I consider that to be one trip. So we got off of a cruise ship, and then we went to Aruba, which is why I cannot remember is that the time that we had to stay in Miami and wait for the flight for Aruba. So I consider that one trip, but we didn't like come back to Atlanta and leave. We flew down to Miami, we got on a cruise ship, we spent a couple of days with his mama. We came back to Miami. When we came back to Miami, either that day or the next day, we flew to Aruba. We spent a few days in Aruba and we came back. That was really one trip, though. Even though we went two places, it was one trip.
Everybody's dishing their car insurance and doing this.
So they asked her if she went to Florida, and she said no, and she just sat here and clearly explained the trip and how they went to Miami and then flew back to Miami all within the same trip, and then she talking about she went to Florida.
Trip, though. Even though we went two places, it was one trip.
So let's talk about the California trip. Was that when you were moving your daughter out to California? When you all went, or did you actually go to California?
My daughter doesn't live in California.
Did she ever live in California?
I'm not discussing the location of my child.
So how many times did you go with Mr. Wade to California?
Once.
And you all stayed in Napa Valley, and he paid for the plane tickets and the hotel?
He paid for the plane tickets and the hotel.
And what did you pay for on that trip?
I gave him much less cash that time, probably $400 or $500, and then I paid for.
That's how you know she full of it. You see how it went down when she asked about her daughter? Okay, Fani said what she said, and that was it. And they moved on. You see how that went? But look how she doing with everything else.
A bunch of stuff. I think we did 2 different wine tours that you do, which are pretty expensive. I think I bought him. He likes wine. I don't really like wine, to be honest with you. I like grapes. I bought him a bottle of wine while we were there, and the cities that you do. I can't remember how many, like 4 or 5 different places you go.
Oh, hell no.
I remember we went to this place that they do pairings. That was the most.
Fani. Oh my God. He likes wine. I don't like wine. I like that Grey Goose. Okay? Girl. Nobody even asked that question. Can y'all imagine Fani on some Grey Goose? You think she a mean drunk, or do you think she turned into a slut? Which one? Oh my God.
That's the thing that I think that we did while we were there. So they would pair,
that Grey Goose
champagne, chocolate, and caviar.
Nobody even asked.
3 different things. Sweden, Russia, someplace else. I'll make that up. But that was the most expensive thing we did that trip, and I paid for that.
Did you pay cash?
For us doing that. Yeah. That trip did not cost me a lot of money. I might have took like $750 in cash.
She keeps saying me when she's a public official. She keeps saying me. I mean, I get it's her job, but her job is paid with taxpayers' money. Okay, and she's paid to be focused on her job, not using the advantages of her job to benefit her and her man on their romantic escapades and to get extra bonuses to fatten their pockets or whatnot. I mean, we've seen this before in other cases. We've seen it. And it's like people still do it as if you're not going to get caught. And I think the problem is, too, that they see so many other people doing a lot of other crooked stuff, and they know the game is just all crooked over there. So everybody get down how they get down. But I think when these people start to get caught, it's just because they mess with the wrong person. They ran over the wrong people on their team. And being so arrogant, and I mean, come on, we saw her when she came in, and they ain't not even paying attention how they making people feel, you know. Or somebody on the whole crew got together and said, "Listen, this one here, she gonna blow the spot out. She making the spot hot. She gotta go. Let's put that in motion." I think all the above happened with this one. She ain't that bright.
I only asked if you paid cash. I don't need money.
Right.
When I travel, I always take cash.
And is the cash that you keep in your house, or do you keep it at the condo?
Well, you know what, Fani? That's good to know, too. Because who don't like cash? The government. That's on the people. But who don't like cash? Especially now when we're going so cashless. It's a good way to stay under the radar, ain't it? The exchange of cash. Okay, good to know you always travel with cash. Keep on running your mouth. Go ahead. Keep on running your mouth. Keep on running your mouth.
So at that point, it wouldn't be at my house. And I'm sorry if I was not clear. The money would be wherever I lay my head. So I wouldn't leave the money at the house.
That's good to know.
No.
That's good to know.
How much did you pay for your trip to Panama?
To where?
Panama? I may have the location wrong.
I never went to Panama.
So after
Wade went to Panama with his frat brothers.
Oh, you went to Panama with his frat brothers. So tell me about, let's see, so I want to make sure I got them. You got Belize, you already covered Belize, you covered the...
So let me tell you our little tricks. In October, we went on the cruise with his mom. We got back from the cruise with his mom and we went to Aruba. I consider that one trip. Second trip, New Year's Eve, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas. That's the second trip. We made make sure I get this right. Third trip, 100% on me. I think he might have spent $200 on that entire trip. We went to Belize. That was my trip. That was, his 50th. And then Napa Valley, we went around May. I don't know the dates, but it seems to me like it was close to Mother's Day.
And those are the only trips?
So that the record is complete, I can remember one time driving to South Carolina, and we met my sister for lunch with her man. We didn't stay but we didn't stay the night there, but I guess people would consider that a trip if you drive somewhere and you come back. That was insane because it was like 5 hours to drive. We ate lunch and we drove right back. I can remember driving to some little town in Georgia. I don't even know where I was. I had never been there before or after. There's some boat you can get on over to, and they're like a slave thing. If that gives anyone any reference, we didn't do that. I remember doing that. I remember driving one time to Charlotte. We had lunch with one of my very close girlfriends, and again, we drove to Charlotte, met my girlfriend for lunch, and drove right back. So that's a trip. We didn't stay the night there, but I just want to be complete in my testimony. We drove someplace, had lunch, drove back. I don't remember another driving someplace distant for lunch and coming back to Charlotte to see a girlfriend, to meet my sister in South Carolina. We went by ourselves when I told you about that remote place in Georgia.
If you watch this video to the end, I'm going to explain how easy it is for you to make
She's steady talking.
We could have driven someplace else and had lunch and came back. And that's all that comes to my recollection right now. There could have been another place we drove and had lunch. My security team was very clear to me. I'm not going to be out and about in Atlanta without them. And so for me to do something just very normal that a normal person would get to do, they weren't prosecuting this case, I got to drive 4 hours to do it.
And that's what I was going to ask you, your security detail. Did they take you to and from your house?
So I haven't been able to enjoy my home.
Condo, I'm sorry.
In March.
Where you lay your head? Did they take you to and from where you lay your head?
99% of the time.
Would they take Mr. Wade to and from wherever you laid your head?
That has never in the history of ever happened. Ever. Okay?
Your security team has never taken him?
From my house? That's a lie.
I'm asking if they've ever taken him.
And I'm telling you that that's never happened.
So your security team has never taken
My
Mr. Wade?
My security team has never taken Mr. Wade from any place where I have lived and brought him here. Never. Not once. Not ever.
Have they ever taken the two of you together?
To where?
Anywhere.
We've left this building and gone to lunch, but I go to lunch so rarely that is a very rare occasion. I am sure. And let me be clear, it wouldn't just be Mr. Wade.
Man, what's the question? What is the question? The question, come on, Fani, you're not getting out of this by doing that. Like, it's so, it is so draining that you're doing this. It's draining. Lady, this is court. They asking you a question. Answer the question. Just answer the question. The truth is out there. You in court now. Come on. This lady was a DA. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying her as a DA. Because this right here, it seemed like more people done threw her under the bus than she cared to even know about, because nobody ain't prepped you for court. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. If I had to vote right now, Fani, you guilty. Just by the way you testify. I don't care. This is ridiculous. It's exhausting. Like, you cannot be serious. Just answer the damn question. Your security, they catching you in lies. So many lies. If I was writing them down right now, it would be a lot of lies. And at the end of the day, that's going to hurt you more than anything. And the fact that you keep trying to deceive the courts. Everybody watching you. We watching you. They clowning your ass in the comment section. I had to click on because I was like, y'all lying. She didn't say that. Y'all lying. This, And then click on and look at this. The whole time.
I'm sure my security team has taken me to lunch.
Listen.
Been a time I've left here 7 o'clock, going to get something to eat, and I don't even know that they would have taken him, or he would have driven himself, but they've taken me to do that. But we're talking very few, very far in between.
Nah, you been skating around thinking shit sweet. You thought you was part of the mafia or some shit. Okay, you thought you was untouchable out here. Yeah, you did. Let's get to the rest of this article here. It's not that much. So now they say the relationship between Willis and Wade was first revealed by Ashley Merchant. Okay, we talked about that. Just a refresher. And she is an attorney for Trump. Okay. She also is Michelle Roman is also a person who revealed it. A former campaign and staffer, one-time White House aide. Now, Merchant has alleged that Willis personally profited from the case. She paid Wade large sums of money for his work and then benefited when Wade used his earnings to pay for vacations that the pair took. Okay, so you hear this back and forth that he paid. Well, I always reimbursed him. And he had the travel agent, so he booked. Doing dirt and still ain't thinking it through. So you thought if you gave him extra large sums of cash, a higher pay than he was supposed to get, and y'all took trips and he paid, and you allegedly paid him back, but in cash, so it can't be traced, because you keep cash in your house, except for now you don't got cash in your house, and except for you do, it's always wherever you sleep. But it's not that deep, because it wasn't. I'm confused on that part. But that was gonna be your story, and that's your story, and you think that's going to justify, or that is going to, I don't know, make your testimony override the fact that he paid? It's not, because you can't even verify it. Even if you could, I don't know, but you would have to have some solid proof that you really returned the money. I'm talking the receipt for the trip and the receipt that shows this check was made out to my lover boy for this amount of money for the trip that we took. Reimbursement, because I'm paying. You just use all that stuff you saying. Write it on the back of the check. Sign and date. Have, somebody notarize it saying that, yeah, this was written and signed and dated on this day. And y'all bring it to court and they might consider it. Might. You don't got none of that, Fanny. You talking about cash in the house. I always paid him back. We don't know that. We don't know. The facts is saying that what they're accusing you of, you did. You gave him extra money. He paid for the trips. Y'all went on trips. But now you Big Willie with cash in your house, but you don't really got that much cash in your house. Which one is it? This is the DA y'all had in Fulton County? Okay, Bradley, who is Wade's former business partner, who also served as his divorce attorney for a while, repeatedly refused on Friday to answer questions about Wade and Willis, citing attorney-client privilege. But he did acknowledge, okay, that's a smart move, he did acknowledge communicating with Merchant between September and January, and she was investigating the possibility of the relationship. Oh, well, we gotta see that testimony, because is he getting tripped up too? So was he dropping downs on y'all behind the scenes? So Wade testified Thursday that he and Willis took trips together, but said that Willis paid him back in cash for some expenses, and that he, charged his credit card. So attorney for Trump and some of his co-defendants sought to cast doubt on the claim that Willis, what you talking about, Willis, paid Wade in cash, pressing both of them on why Willis would use cash. Why would she use cash? She a whole district attorney out here. The first thing people gonna say is, you gave him a little extra on the top, the little extra on the top, so that y'all could take this trip. And he swiped his card. Proof. Okay, case closed. Oh, but wait. I got proof that I always pay him back with my taxpayers' money paid that I got. Not his, mine. I just don't see the way that they could have done this. Even if she paid for it, it's still taxpayers' money. Why didn't y'all get him? Okay, this is since y'all gonna do it, I'm just gonna say, and I'm not an attorney. Don't say my advice is solid. You might want to look into it first before you try it. But okay, see, since it's like this is not gonna stop. This is what y'all doing out here in these streets. She got the mama, right? She left the mama one time and she thought that was cute. Oh, she was mad because we left her. Girl, that in the Grey Goose, like what? Oh gosh. Okay, so if she just did something and undid it. If people was like, oh, she was with it was him, her, and the mama. That was a romantic trip. That was I don't know. It was 3 people. Oh, but she got mad because we left her. She had to throw that in there. What you mean? See, you doing the wrong things. I would have slid the mama the money and let her book the trip with her card. And be like, the mama was paying for all this. And tell mama, when they call you, be like, yeah, I was treating them. Because, she's like a daughter to me. That I don't know. I'm her godmother. Girl, you ain't even tried none of that. I mean, they got you red-handed, but anywho. Okay, so Floyd, who is Willis's father. Floyd and Willis, them some old-ass names. Well, he seemed to support his daughter's assertion that she keeps large amounts of cash at home, with his testimony that he always, told her to have 6 months of cash on hand. In her hand or at her house? Which one? Asking for a friend. He said it's a black thing. Did he? It's in quotation marks. I'm going to pull that testimony up. He said, it is a black thing. Floyd said, most black folks, they hide cash. They keep cash. We're going to pass by that one. Fanny, we see where you get it from. He going to be a trip too, huh? Okay. As long as y'all promise, I think you're going to do pretty good. This is Baddies East, West, so North, South. They ain't got nothing on this. This is it right here. Blues Clues and none of them. They ain't messing with this. Housewives of Atlanta ain't got nothing on y'all right now. Housewives of Atlanta, loving hip hop, all that in Atlanta. They ain't got nothing on y'all right now. They getting old, they getting bored, they getting stale. This is the new right here. So Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, the computer security? Because who just randomly named that? I'm going to look him up. I think he's Ken. There's no way. Yeah, so what he said, he's not going to rule on whether Willis and her office should be disqualified from the case until after attorneys for both sides have had a chance to present arguments, which he said will likely happen next Friday or the following. Listen, how long do it take? Or the following week? This is costly. He said during the hearing on Monday. That's another thing about this shit they be doing. Like, we got to pay for all this. That's one less murderer getting his conviction, or, rapist getting a conviction, because you taking up the stand, you taking up the jury, you taking up the judge, you taking up breathing all the courtroom's air. He did say during a hearing on Monday that Willis could be disqualified if evidence is produced demonstrating an actual conflict of the appearance of one. Wow, that's the smoothest thing I've heard the whole time we listening to this. Okay, that went down like Billy D. Williams. Okay, so Willis's removal would be a stunning development in the most sprawling of the criminal cases against Trump. If she were disqualified, a council that supports prosecuting attorneys in Georgia would need to find a new attorney to say, it is what it is. Like, that's such a hardship. Because you had nobody else, because y'all are hand chosen. You got to compete. You got to qualified to be down. They got to know you good for it. They got to know you one of them. And Fani, you just, it's time for you to go. So that successor could either proceed with the charges against Trump and 14 others or drop the case altogether. Okay, so that's what y'all concerned about. Will the new person go forward with the charges? That's not even a hard. I don't even know why they even brought that up. That just shows us what is important to y'all. I mean, you giving yourself away right there. You shouldn't even brought that up. Because, listen, this is the thing. You're saying that successor could either proceed. Technically, yeah, because they're going to look over the evidence and all that and say, this is not enough to bring the trial. It's not winnable. It's not. Yes, they could. That's their job. They're not just going to pursue with cases because y'all had them going and they don't understand what blah, blah, blah. You know, it happens all the time. It's probably not even a real case that qualifies. However, if the people are pushing for this case and the case is already geared up, then there should be no problem once they look over it to continue. So them bringing this up just even shows that they want to make sure. And who is going to get on the team and get accepted on the team if they not going to carry out the agendas? And nobody. Boy, y'all act like Fani over here. So even if a new lawyer went forward with the case, it would be very likely to not go to trial before November, when Trump is expected to be the Republican nominee for president. I'm about to go walk around a little bit. Ayana, I'm about to go over in the bushes and weep. Child. They say we got to hurry up and get this over with because we got to stop Trump.
When I do this because my assistant has heated up some bag, something, and I eat 2 eggs and eat in my office. It's not a practice of mine to go to lunch.
During the time period that you were dating, would your security team ever take you two together anywhere?
No.
Never.
If there was a lunch that occurred that I just described, if there was a meal that occurred that I just described, anything outside of that, and it needs to be very clear. Not often. Once, twice. Because I want to be over-inclusive, I'm saying once or twice. I'm not certain that it happened, but I'd rather be over-inclusive with you.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to you getting any personal records.
I got it.
We're not dealing with a privilege to a witness.
And I'm not dealing with privilege, but we had offered to put them in camera for the court to review, and I just want to know if she has any
That's
problem.
something to do with a witness.
Were you recently injured in a car accident?
Say.
Okay, you have to file as part of your job something called an income and financial disclosure report, correct?
That's correct.
And you filed your first one, so you filed 2 today, is that right?
Is it 2 or 3? I probably would have filed 21, 22. Maybe I haven't filed 23 yet, because it's going to be like June of the next year.
April, I believe. So you filed your first one, it looks like April 15th, 2022, and your second one, April 17th, 2023. Does that sound familiar?
That I don't remember the dates, but you're an officer of the court. I'm going to hope you're telling the truth now.
May I press witness? Thank you. I already gave the state a copy. Is it 20 and 21? I think what that is.
Somebody bring me some, yeah. For folks that are getting a little old. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
those are the ones that you filed.
This looks like
That's
for sure.
crazy.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, this whole situation, man, listen, imagine having to get on the stand in your own courtroom. That woman handed her a packet of paperwork, and the bailiff came right on up there with her glasses because he knows she can't read without her glasses. Girl, this girl is at the principal's office in her own job.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we moved her to 20.
I think you need to delineate which one's.
20 is 2021, so it accounts for the time period, Your Honor, January the 1st, 21 through December the 31st, 2021. That is Defendant's Exhibit 20. Defendant's Exhibit 2021, it accounts for the time period, January the 1st, 2022 through December the 1st of 2022.
All right, any objection to Exhibits 20 and 21?
Nope.
No, from the counsel. Without objection.
When did your personal relationship with Mr. Wade end?
Our personal relationship ended in this year. So
I don't. Did she put them glasses in her mouth?
let's be very clear so that we don't mix words. I don't want to mix words. Mr. Wade is my friend right now. Mr. Wade, I would say, has been my friend since 2020. I think he started out as like a mentor and a professional colleague. He became my friend and somebody that I really respected. I feel very indebted to Mr. Wade for taking on the task of this job. And he is certainly my friend and one of the people that I respect the most. So if you ask about a personal relationship, I consider myself to have a personal relationship right now, Mr. Wade. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Anna Cross. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Mr. Abadi. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Andrew Evans.
Okay, let me just clarify that.
I have a personal relationship with
She
him.
meant romantic relationship.
I
I'm
don't
a
think that's
romantic girl. She doing all that, and she know all that woman got to do is say, when did your romantic relationship end? Because that's what she meant. See? Now you learning about cross-examining or interrogating Fani. You got to get more specific in the onset of your question. You can't do vague questions with Fani. This chick.
A romantic relationship. When did your romantic relationship with Mr. Wade end?
See?
Did it end?
Me and
See?
Mr. Wade, we are good friends. My respect for him has grown over these 7 weeks of attacks. We are very good friends. I think.
And then they coming in with the slow, man. This Georgia, they coming in slow with the cameras. They going in on her with the camera all slow. They coming in with the camera all slow. No, I'm about to go. Oh my God, I can't take it. This ain't real. This ain't real. This is a soap opera. This is so good job. Good job. Y'all doing a good job. Go ahead.
For these attacks, it would have been a friendship that, as life goes, you would have stopped having. I think that you have cemented that we'll be friends to the day we die.
Could we just have an answer to the question? Yeah, let's just say that.
She asked about personal relationship.
She asked when the romantic relationship ended. That's the question.
It's sometime in, I'd say late summer of 2023. So I don't believe in, so this is what you're really asking about. This is the salaciousness of all of this, right?
No, I'm just asking about your romantic relationship. When you stopped dating?
I think that me and Mr. Wade, so he's a man, he probably would say June or July. I would say we had a tough conversation in August. So that men in relationships, in the physical intimacy, women in relationships when that tough conversation takes place.
And where, when did he come to, I guess the condo, I'm not sure what you call it, condo apartment, would he come and stay at that condo or visit you there? I'm sorry, visit you there.
What condo?
I can't wait to see Wade. I want to see Wade. I want to see his testimony. I mean, this was a short relationship, but what is his mind like? I mean, like, what is his personality like? Like, this right here, it's Fani, what is you doing, girl? I would quit. I mean, for real. I mean, then again, I don't know, because I don't know all the business like that, but this is just, girl, you might as well go. 50 Cent need to come out here and do a Atlanta version of Power and just hire all y'all, because y'all crazy. The damn Clayton County Sheriff's ass done went to jail. Lots of them. But this girl right here, I think she got some star power. I think she should be the egg queen pin mafia killer. She should play that role, because this one, I don't even like. Wow, man, boy, this is exhausting. I have to take breaks, y'all. I literally have to take breaks. Fani is exhausting me completely, and the day is just getting started. Okay.
Apartment, I want to be clear.
So, not your house. I know you classified one as house and one as condo, so I'm trying to use those terms.
There's been more. See, what you don't understand is because of this case, I got to move. And so, I
First, if you'd ask some more precise
yes,
questions.
please give me the time period.
Mr. Wade visited you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied, and this will tell you which one you lied. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. It's the truth, Judge. It is a lie. It is a lie.
Characterization. Mr. Say no, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
Since when do you argue as a witness with a lawyer who's objecting, or the DA who's objecting? If somebody understand would have did that to her, she would have had a hissy fit. She is being so unprofessional. I mean, I know I'm laughing and all, but this shit is embarrassing. This go to show you that this chick thinks she can get away with anything. Clearly, she been doing it. This is ridiculous. Look how she acting.
You take 20,000 children.
This is crazy. So there's a part 2. I'm gonna put that on a separate video because this one been long enough. Share the screenshot of the error. Listen, God damn it. Okay, I'll be right back.